Hello, friends. This is another episode of the program Empire of Lies, in which we discuss manipulation and disinformation in the Russian media. War as a habit, what Russian propaganda really says about the future of Europe. Vladimir Solovyov's final broadcast wasn't just a torrent of malice, it was a political document delivered live on air. In an hour that began with the phrase, "Don't wait for it to end," the TV propagandist laid out the new ideology of war. Everything is normal now, everything is forever. Russia, by this logic, is no longer in a state of conflict. It lives in it, as in a climate. Peace is unnecessary and impossible, and everyone's task is not to wait for the end, but to integrate into the military routine. This is precisely the main point. War ceases to be an emergency and is becoming a system of state existence. 1. Don't wait for the end, normalizing. War Solovyev begins with a reassuring tone. No need to despair, no need to wring your hands. We must calmly do our job to achieve victory. This rhythm, devoid of the usual hysteria, achieves the most important thing. It neutralizes emotional reactions. Death, destruction, and attacks on civilian targets are not a reason for debate, but simply realities that must be humbly dealt with. Then comes the specifics. Mobile fire teams are being created from reservists, workers from enterprises who know the terrain. The formula seems technical, but in essence, it is the mass incorporation of the civilian population into the logic of war. Russia is not declaring a new mobilization. It is normalizing militarization, dissolving it into everyday life. This is how a system of long undeclared war is being built. A war that requires no justification because it has become a way of life. 2. We're attacking the military, a new version of an old lie. The next step is justifying the strikes on Ukrainian cities. Solovyov says, "We quietly and calmly launched a strike with such force that the screams are terrifying." And then the familiar "but" immediately appears. We're not attacking civilian targets, that's Ukrainian air defense. This isn't just demagoguery, it's a method of perception management. Russian propaganda no longer tries to prove its point. It creates a noise that makes it impossible to distinguish fact from fiction.